Hello YouTube, today I'm showing you a zombie deck profile. We start with the monsters. First up we have our starter monsters, which are 3 Shiranui Solitaire. Yeah, I know this ain't a ultra rare, but yeah. The Solitaire is one of our starters. You needed to go to Uni-Zombie. Pretty much that's the only target you have in your deck for Solitaire. And next up you have 3 Uni-Zombies, pretty much the heart and soul of the deck. He once per turn you get to increase this guy or another monster with level by 1 level, and then you send pretty much every zombie in your from your deck to your graveyard. So this is the starter card for the deck. Next, to Gozuki. He is a foolish burial for zombies once in your main phase, so he's one of the starter cards of the deck too. Then you have the Monster Reborn, Gozuki, of course a 3. I want to play 3 Reborns, why not? Then we have cards from the structure deck. We do play 2 Doomking, is the negate and the banish when he's on field, and it's pretty easy to get on field. If you have a zombie world on hand and just a Uni-Zombie, then you can do the combo. Yeah, he's a boss monster. Mostly every time you will summon this guy, you will win that game. Next, to Necroworld Banshee. She's pretty much 2 more copies of Zombie World, and the other effect when she is on the field and you get to protect Zombie World mostly never comes up because you need this in your graveyard. Plus it's a quick effect, you can banish it and activate the Zombie World. Then 2 Glow Up Bloom. Now this guy special summons the Doom King every time. If you have a Zombie World on the field and this guy gets sent to the graveyard, you can bench this guy and special summon the Doom King. You can do his effect even if Zombie World isn't on the field. You get to add a level 5 zombie monster to your hand. Next, I do play some dangers. Poor man dangers. 2 Mothman and 2 Chupacabra. Now Chupacabra can be either the Tsuchinoko or some other danger, but Mothman is pretty much nice for the deck because if you happen to discard it, you get to draw 1 and discard 1, and this deck likes his cards to be in the graveyard. So pretty much if your cards are in the graveyard, you have a nice day. Then hand traps. I do play some hand traps. We got 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Veilers, and 1 Belle. Belle is situational, so 1 is nice. Pretty much it hasn't have her format yet, but it's coming. Next for spells, 3 Zombie World. Absolutely, you want this card every time to be face up on your field zone. It turns every monster in the field and in the graveyard to zombies, and your opponent cannot, or pretty much both players cannot tribute summon monsters again, except from zombie monsters. Next, this deck is so good because Super Poly is back to 3, and when Zombie World is on the field, you have every monster on the field is a zombie, so you get to make the Nethersoul. Plus you get to discard 1, so it's, yeah, it helps the deck a lot. Next, 3 Called by the Grave, because getting your Uni-Zombie ashed or Veilered is worst thing in his deck. You just lose from there. You get no recovery from that. Next, we play 3 more spells. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 for 1 for the Glow Up Boom, and the 1 Reasoning. Just because Reasoning sends cards to your graveyard, and that's pretty much the point of this deck, sending your monsters to the grave. That's it for the main deck. Go to the extra. I do play 1 Linkuriboh just for the 1 for 1 play, or if I happen to draw Glow Up Bloom. And Zombie World, I just summon the Bloom or special it by 1/1, link it away from Linkuriboh, and from there make Doom King there. Then the one Vampire Sucker, so powerful in zombies. It helps you draw one pretty much every turn because you special summon from the grave every turn. And then the new card from Duo Power, for the Battle of Legends, sorry, is the Avendreas Savior. He's pretty much a foolish burial if it happens to attack a monster or get attacked by a monster. So it's nice sometimes. Plus it needs 2 zombies, so yeah. For Knightmares, Phoenix, Unicorn, pretty standard. I just needed a Link 3 monster, so I threw Decode Talker there. Plus he gets high in attack, so yeah. And this deck can OTK, so you play a Borrelsword Dragon. Next we have for XZs we play the number 60. Now a lot of times you will have advantage or disadvantage, so you pretty much, this card says draw 2 cards and throw 1 in the grave. And as I said previously, this deck needs their card in the graveyard, so this guy I think is alright. And if you happen to make this guy, then you're winning that match anyway. So next, Bagooska, if you just happen to have 2 level 3s somehow and no other plays, then you can make Bagooska. Synchros, Black Rose to nuke the field. This guy gets pretty much super high in attack, and when it destroys a monster, he gets to special summon it, so yeah. And the love of zombies is Omega. You get to recur your Mezukis, rip a card from your opponent's hand. This guy does so much in this deck, and it's pretty much easy to do. Next, for Super Poly targets, we have one Mudragon. Never made this guy, but yeah, it's nice to have him. The Starving Vanom, the 2 darks. Everybody plays dark monster these days, so yeah. And the one Nethersoul. You don't have to play more than 1. Just 1 is okay. Yeah, this is for the extra deck, and I'm gonna show you a quick side deck, which you can side deck. You have just a quick one, 3 Pancratops, 3 Lancias, 3 Twisters, 3 Rivalry. Now Rivalry is super nice. If you know you're going first, then you have to side this card. This in Zombie World on the field, just your opponent cannot play. If they're playing a mirror match, then okay, but if not, they cannot play YuGiOh. And to run things up, just 3 evenly matched. So I want to test this deck out, so I'm going to take it to locals today, so let's go to locals. Today was a 6-man locals. First round I played Dark Magician, aka YuGiOh. The deck is known for activating Dark Magician Circle and setting a bunch of trap cards, which means my deck has little to zero chance of winning as I play no back row removal in my main deck. So let's see what happens. So game 1, my opening hand was Super Poly, Banshee, 2 Veilers and 1 Bloom. My opponent normal summoned the Road, which I Veilered. Then he sets 4 cards and he just passes. My turn, I drew Solitaire for turn. He responds with Crackdown to take it. I just pass turn. He sets 1 and attacks with Road. My turn, I draw Ash Blossom for turn. Normal summon the Bloom. I link the Bloom off for Linkuriboh, then you activate the effect of Bloom and add a Doom King to my hand. At the end phase, he activates Eternal Soul to add a Dark Magician spell card. He attacks with Road the Linkuriboh. I chain Linkuriboh and he passes turn to me. I draw a Doomking now. I normal summon the Banshee. Attack the road with Banshee. He has no response. Then still in battle phase, I activate Super Poly, discarding the Doomking, special summoning the Nethersoul. I then attack with the Nethersoul. Main phase 2, I activate the Banshee Engrave, banishing, and activate the Zombie World from my deck. End phase, he activates Cosmic Cyclone, banishing my Zombie World. He activates a Circle, which I respond with Ash. Then he discards one to special summon Apprentice. I use Veiler to negate Apprentice effect. He adds 2 Dark Magicians in hand. He special summons one with the Eternal Soul, then Circle, banish my Nethersoul. Then he links Dark Magician for Link Spider. I draw for turn, I draw a Uni-Zombie. Normal summon the Uni-Zombie. He chains Eternal Soul, special summon a Dark Magician, and activates the road. And then the Circle to banish my Uni-Zombie. He summoned the road, and yeah, add the navigation. Special summon a Dark Magician, and that's game. So game 2, I was going first. I activate the Zombie World, then set the Twin Twisters and set Mezuki. The other 2 cards in my hand were Doomking and Ash Blossom. He normal summons the road. Then I Ash Blossom it. Then he activates Desires. Twin Twister for my back row, and Zombie World, I chain my Twin Twister, discarding the Doomking and targeting his Twin Twister just to get the Doomking out of my hand. He attacks with Road, and Mezuki get destroyed. He sets one and passes. I draw the Doomking again, but then I banish the Mezuki, special summon the Doomking, attack the road, which he activates Crackdown, and then I pass. He tribute summons for the driver and attacks. I draw a Banshee now, set the Banshee and pass. He just attacks, and then I activate Banshee, activate the Zombie World. Then I draw Call by the Grave, so now in my hand is Call by the Grave and Doomking. I set and just pass. He sets a card and attacks. I draw yet another Call by the Grave. So I just set it and then pass. End phase, he activates navigation. And pretty much that's the duel from there. I have no response to that. After a quick loss, it's time for round 2. And I get the easy win, or as you call it, Thunder Dragons. They need their monster to be thunder on the field in order to go to their extra deck monsters. And my deck specializes in making every monster a zombie. This should be an easy W, right? Well, not quite today. So round 2, my opening hand was Uni-Zombie, Banshee, Zombie World, Belle, and Veiler. And I was going first. I activated the Zombie World, normal summoned the Uni-Zombie and activated its effect. My opponent responds with Ash Blossom. Then I activated the Uni-Zombie's other effect to increase by 1 level and discard a card from my hand, which I discard the Banshee, and pass turn. My opponent activated Gold Sarcophagus, sending the Dark, banishing the Dark, and adding the other Dragon Fusion. He normal summoned Aloof. Then I Veiler that. He activates the Hulk to special summon the Dark. Then links them Lymphalinkus. Activates the Thunder Dragon Fusion, which I respond with Ghost Belle. Activate the Bloom effect, which lets me special summon the Doomking. Then I attack the Lamphilikus. Main phase 2 I set Super Poly, then link Uni-Zombie and Doomking for Vampire Sucker, and pass turn. In my opponent's standby phase, I activate Doomking, special summoning and triggering Vampire Sucker and drew one card. So now my Super Poly is live. My opponent sets one and passes. I drew yet another Super Poly. I attack with Vampire Sucker and then with Doomking. Next, in main phase 2, I activate Vampire Sucker, special summoning a monster from my opponent's grave. Then I activate the effect of Sucker to draw one card, and then chain the Doomking to banish the Matrix. In the normal summoned Solar, which I negate with Doomking. Then I special summon Duo. Then on summon of Duo, I chain Super Poly, use Solar and Duo to special summon the Nethersoul. He activates Thunder Dragon Fusion, and he summons the Titan. Activates a normal copy of Thunder Dragon. I activate the Call by the Grave, which makes Titan mistiming. He activates a Matrix, targeting the Titan, which I chain Doomking to the Titan's effect and banish the Titan. He wants to destroy my zombie world, which in resolution I activate Banshee effect and activate another zombie world. And from there he scoops. So game 2, my opponent was going first. My opening hand was Call by the Grave to 1/1, Failure, Lancia, and Bloom. In standby phase, I just activate Lancia. He normal summons Matrix, then activates Instant Fusion, special summon the Kaminari. Then he link summons the Summoner, activates Hawk to special summon the Matrix, then uses Matrix to special summon the Colossus, then uses the Summoner to special summon another Colossus, then sets one. I draw Doomking, which I love to draw. Activate 1/1, discarding the Doomking, chains Macrocosmo. I special Bloom, in normal summon the Veiler, then link for Knightmare Phoenix, discarding one and getting rid of the Macrocosmo. He normal summons the Aloof, then attacks. My turn, I draw a Lancia out of all cards, so from there is just rip. Game 3, opening hand was 2 Super Poly, 2 Rivalry, and the 1/1. I end up setting 2 cards and just passing. He activates Gold Sarcophagus, banishes the Dark, adds the Hawk, activates Hawk to special summon the Dark back, then uses Dark to summon Colossus, attacks, and activates Dimensional Fissure. I draw for turn, I draw Zombie World. It's too much to ask for a monster. I activate Zombie World and just pass. Attacks again with Colossus. I draw for turn and I drew a Belle. It's good, it's a monster. I ended up normal summoning the Belle, activating Super Poly, and special summoning Nethersoul. His turn, he activated Dark Hole, then activates Allure of Darkness, special summons Dark with the Roar effect, then I chain the Rivalry. So now he can control only zombie monsters and he cannot attempt to normal summon or special summon any other monster if it's not the original type zombie. My turn, I draw Uni-Zombie, the perfect card to start up, but he has the Dimensional Fissure, which by the way is limited in the Forbidden list if you don't know. So I just ended up attacking with Uni-Zombie. He special summons the Thunder Dragon Duo, He attacks with Duo. I draw for turn and I drew the ultimate card, the Doomking, which I love to draw. And from there I just passed turn and that was game. Yep, that guy believes in the heart of the freaking cards, drawing both games Microcosmo and Dimensional Fissure. Anyways, round 3 I was up against the I'm too legit to quit Orcust deck, which should be a good match for me as I play 7 hand traps, and going first I usually end up on Doomking, usually. And Super Poly is just game against them, so let's go and get our first points. So for this round my camera had a little bit of problems, but my opening hand was Chupacabra, Mothman, Belle, Super Poly, and Zombie World. I activated Mothman, discarded the Chupacabra, and drew Veiler off of that Danger's effect. Opponent's turn, I Veilered his Candina. He had an instant to extend and to go to his Orcust combo, but I had the Super Poly and that was his turn. My turn, I drew Bloom, got it to the grave, but the opponent had Ash for that, and pretty much that's my turn. I attacked. Next turn, he has combo, and I couldn't top deck anything good when it comes to my turn, so I lost that game. Game 2, I was going first, open Mezuki, Ash, Uni-Zombie, Gozuki, and Zombie World. Opponent ashed my Uni-Zombie, so that was my turn. Camera still had problems, so pretty much I stopped his combo with Ash, and he didn't go full Orcust combo. Made my combo on my turn with Uni-Zombie, dumped the Bloom, and special summoned the Doomking. So I ended up on Sucker and Doomking on his turn, negated a bunch of monsters, and I won game 2. Game 3, opponent went first, stopped his combo with Ash, but he discarded ARP, so he still went for Galatea to set Crescendo. On my turn, I activated Zombie World, normal summon the Banshee, and Super Poly, which he can't respond with the Crescendo, and went for Starving Vanom. His turn, he special summons Galatea back and special summoned Dingrisu on top of Galatea, sending my Vanom to the graveyard and attacking with Dingrisu. On my turn, I had Uni-Zombie in hand and I proceeded to combo off because his Crescendo wasn't dead at that point. He didn't have a Link Monster. He tries to come back with Connector, but I negate with Doomking. On my turn, I got the perfect cards to go for a Borrelsword and OTK him. So I took the match and my first point. So if you made it this far, you should really consider hitting that subscribe button and giving me a like. And help me get to 1K, and also comment what deck do you want me to do next.